Well, it turned out to be pretty straightforward. 130-inch piece of nice pressure treated 2x4. Tapped it in there. This side fit the best, so I lined it up with a stud here. Put a screw in there. Came over here and pushed this thing all the way over so it's flush with that. Put another screw in from over there. And came over here, pushed this side in so it's flushish. Put a screw in there. Same with this. Put one more screw over there. Determined everything was hunky-dory. Put another screw there, another there. Luckily I didn't hit the damn nails that were in there. 2 more screws. Got to angle them up in there. I went down lower to catch it so it wouldn't stick out. These are 3-inch exterior screws. Put the 2 of them in there. I managed to get it in the where there was still some meat. Not a whole lot in there. I'm not sure what, if anything, I'm gonna do there. I may stick another sister up another 2x4 in here. It's pretty good though. It's just, I don't know. I think it's alright. I think I'm gonna leave that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about up here yet, but over here. For now though, that's good. That gives me a solid windowsill to whatever goes in there later. Alright, now to go get me some purple green board as it is now. So I cut this thing 4 feet, so 4x8 sticks out here somewhere. So I'm going to go to wherever the last center stud is, and whatever's over here I may end up just sticking a piece of plywood or something. I'm going to cover this up with something, some beadboard siding or paneling or something to cover all this, make it look pretty. There's no more cobwebs up there. And put the insulation in it, and I'm going to put some tobacco dust along in there because that'll keep the bugs out of here. Old farmer's secret. Tobacco dust take care of your fleas for sure. Get rid of the fleas. And then we got I think I'm going to mock up a stand for the sink. Put the plumbing, hook the plumbing up because I'm reusing the plumbing where that goes with the sink, and then build me a little temporary box for the sink so I can use the sink while I figure out the rest of this thing. But I need to get moved down here, and I can put this, if I get this closed up, I can leave this the green board, put the fridge in there for now, and get moved down here and work on this later. Same with the stove. I plan on putting a dishwasher and a garbage disposal, so before I close this up I need another outlet that works off a switch for the garbage disposal. Depending on how high that sink is. I think that sink's about here, so I should be able to put another switch over here on this side. Tap into the power, run it to the outlet, which I'll put down somewhere. Figure that out here a little bit. Alright, so that's that part. That was fairly straightforward. That's good because I could use some simple repairs. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm going to cut some insulation until I go get my green board. And it's funny, these are 15-inch. These are 16-inch on center sometimes, 24-inch, whatever these are. The only one here is 15 is this one. So I'm going to start with that. It's about 48 inches. Cutting this insulation. I prefer using a pair of scissors. If you don't have scissors, get a 2x4 or something. If you're going to use a razor knife, pin it down where you're doing it, and you can, with a sharp blade, make sure you got a sharp blade, you can cut through this. And as it's pushed down, it's a lot easier to cut through. And then when you're, and I already did this one, of course, when you almost get it all the way, another good way is to take this 2x4, whatever you're doing, put it underneath it, and then you can push on here and slice through it against this, and not your floor or whatever. And then when you put this in there, you want to fluff it. If it says fluff it, you can stick it in there with the barrier. Oh no, I gotta have it right side up. Whatever kind of, oh geez, it's got it either way, isn't it? Look at that. So the barrier goes towards the air-conditioned space, as they say. So so it goes to the inside, and I'm going to shove it up in there, and then I cut the rest of them so that they fit. You want them to fit cut them about 1 inch wider than they are, that way they'll stay in there. You want them right to the exact height. It's going to be kind of haphazard because they're all just like random. Anyway, that's next. In this case, this thing's going to fit nice and snug in there. Sometimes they don't fit so spectacular. These have got a little flap on the end of them. So if you need to, you stretch that over there and you can staple this right across that sucker. And that's what these little flaps are for. Stretch it right out. I'm probably going to stretch it out like that, but I'm not going to worry about it. I think the sheetrock will pin it. Just have to work it around because this goes in between this narrow little part in the back. I'll just keep little farting around until it sits in there nice, and then I'll cut me another one for there, shove it in there, and we'll just keep going. It's odd that they put so much extra wire in there, but it's good because you can pull these outlets out without having to go insane. I gotta look at these if they're gonna go back in or not, because they're all screwed up. Okay, so since I have the wall open, I bought some New Work electrical boxes, and I happen to have a GFI, which they should be, and I have a couple more at the other house I'm taking apart, so I need to know where to put them. Now I keep looking up online, now I say, oh, they're 20 inches above the countertop, which would put them up here somewhere. So I'm going to place my sink first. I need to have a sink anyway. Then I can see exactly. I think these are probably pretty much going to go right up under here. I think that's basically where they were. Just like look and see if I have a picture. And 48 inches is actually up here for that sheetrock. I don't think I'm going to go all the way with the 48 inches. I think I'll just cut it to where it is and bring it right across to the top here. I'm not sure what's going to go up there yet. So anyway, I have yanked my sink out of my total crap countertop. What I'll do is and have a couple of clips are missing on the back side. These are the clips in case you're wondering how those work. They go in here like that. And you screw that sucker backwards, right? Backwards? No, screw it in and it tightens up. Grabs the countertop with little thingies. There's a slot in the middle for the middle one to go in. Where am I at? And the ones come out, so there should be 3 on each side. And this one didn't have any on the back side, but I'll fix that one day. But for right now, all I'm going to do is build a little frame for it. These will be 30 inches long. Make a little 2x4 box, and it'll just be a little 2x4 stand. This thing sits at the right place, so I can get my height and verify that, then I can work behind it. I think I'm going to cut my sheetrock to here, which is 50 and a half up here and 50 down there. It's got a nice angle to it, but that's okay because when I bring the other part in, which I've cut it, it'll match that. It's a lot easier if I use it in twos and try to put this whole piece in there at once, since I'm monkeying with these boxes and I'm going to have to cut the boxes out in the sheetrock anyway. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to build this little box and see if we can get this kitchen operational, even though I won't have any cabinets. Actually, that's not true. I got cabinets. There's no kitchen counter cabinets, but we'll get there. Okay, so I'm getting ready to close up this wall. But since I had the wall on, I put New Work boxes in. Put new outlet, new switch. This is the same circuit feeding that outlet. This is a GFI. You're probably supposed to put GFIs in the whole thing, but it had no GFIs whatsoever, so for the time being, I'm going to leave it like that. I'll be closing it up to about right here. I'm not going to do anything to the back yet. Just want to get the fridge rolled over here, and I'm gonna, before I close this one up, I'm gonna punch a hole in the sheetrock down there for a garbage disposal, which somewhere in the future I hope to put in. Also hope to put a dishwasher on this side. I'm going to leave this open. The wires go through that compartment, so I got access to the wires coming in. I'll put a junction box in there if I want to put an outlet for the disposal, which will be hot all the time. This one's going to have a switch, so I need to run the wires before I close this up. I've got to run the wire to a switch somewhere over here. Unless I stick it right here. We'll see. I got to put a switch to outlet for the disposal down there, whether I put it in right now or not. I'll do that before I close that one up. Alright, so this is for this point. It's March 23rd, 22. Anyway, before I forget, the outlets actually go in after the sheetrock. Otherwise, you'll be pinning them back in there, and you'll go, "What the heck? How come it won't go back far enough?" Mosquitoes. I'm putting mine roughly in. The pattern isn't great because I'm putting next to the outlet boxes. But I'm going to leave those kind of loose-ish for the time being, and when I come back to cover it and complete everything, I'll screw them all down. I'm going to stick the fridge in here right now, so that's all temporary, but that's pretty much where we'll go. So just a quick update. It's September 14th. We missed our deadline of getting out and getting moved in at the end of August, but we're getting given a reprieve. So here we are. Today I was reading about just general stuff, septic tanks, and it said to me, don't use garbage disposals because the extra food messes up the system. Don't put additives in there, like even Rid Out or anything, because it messes up the system. So that means I don't have to put another outlet in here. I'm not going to put a garbage disposal in there. If I put dishwasher in, it's got to have a garbage disposal in it, so maybe I'll leave the dishwasher out too. It means I can put the stove back in place right here. It's got a hood, it's got a vent, sticky hood. So I'm going to screw these things in. I'm going to hit them with some mud. I got to move that out to get the other side, but for now I'll just get a little bit on here, and I got to look into, that means I can leave this old mobile home plumbing in there too, because I would have to redo the plumbing and connect it in down underneath it, because this is some big heavy duty weird looking mobile home stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to goop these up a little bit. I'm going to look into putting 1/2 inch plywood over the top of this. See how the edge is over here. It's already got it on that side. So I think that's what I'm going to duplicate here. Level this kitchen out, and then that's going to bring it up. I'll take it all the way to the edge over here, and maybe do the same one here, because the sides droop. If you find out why they're drooping, maybe easier just to drop 1/2 inch plywood across the whole thing, make it all level, and I can put my laminate floor on the top that I have. I think that may work out, and then I'll see about what I do over here. But anyway, this is where we are right now. We're going to close this up and goop some things and figure out if I'm going to build a kitchen counter or what. I just can't help myself. So this color is pretty good. So in this room, there's, I know you can't really see it, these panels have been laid over the top of the original walls. It's just little thin, tiny paneling. I think I'm gonna pull those. You can't see this. More salvage operations. I think those look even better than the other stuff I had that I was gonna use. All right, I'm using my oscillating tool. Cut out the paneling. Not the cleanest job in the world, but you won't see it because it's covered up. Got another one in here and a few more out there, and I'll figure out what to go around here. I gotta put a sill on there, but you know what, it's good enough to get the fridge back in place and finish the quarter round down there. That'll get me straightened out in the kitchen. I'll have to start building this kitchen counter thing for the sink. Okay, for the time being, that's where we're going to leave it. I got the quarter round trimmed. Got these two panels pinned in by the outlet covers. Everything's just kind of hanging out there. For now, that'll do. I got this pretty much cut in. I'm going to put little trim strips that'll take care of the rest of them. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm even going to glue them down. I think I'll just use the trim to hold them in place. I can put the fridge in there. Get some room back in the living room so I can get some stuff moved in here probably. Maybe. We shall see.